Welcome to the regular meeting of the Tinley Park Village Zoning Board of Appeals. If I ever do this again, I'll have to learn to say that phrase. Will we all please stand and start the meeting with the pledge of allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we won't go into the starting lineups yet. Supposed to ask right now if the staff has any communications to go through before we do anything else.
We need a roll call first.
Well, actually, there's no roll call here. Oh, yeah, you're right. Now it's the roll call.
It's my one job.
You have two jobs.
Paschek,
Here.
Vargas, Fritz,
Here.
Bettenhausen,
Here.
Gaskell,
Here.
Fitzgerald, Sepisi.
Here. Okay, so we know who's here now. Now let's go back to staff communications. Any? Nope. Okay, well, there are minutes from the last meeting 2 weeks ago, and I'd like to see if we get a motion to approve the minutes of the March 8th meeting.
Motion. Second.
About second. And all in favor of accepting the minutes?
Aye.
All opposed? Nothing carried. No, it's a motion carried. That's all good. All right. First item on the agenda is a public hearing to grant a sign variation. This is last week's sheet. May I have a motion to open the public meeting, please?
Motion.
Motion.
Second.
Second by Blackdown. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, all opposed?
Aye.
All right. Now, we have the applicants here. I'm guessing you gentlemen are the applicants. Would you mind standing, please, and we'll get you sworn in? Okay. Do you swear or affirm that the evidence that you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you very much. Staff, we have motion. Staff has already provided the notice of public confirmation of public notification in the newspapers and that, so that part's out of the way. Let's start with Kimberly. Let's do the staff presentation.
Good evening. We are here tonight for a sign variance for a currently vacant building that CNB Bank is looking to occupy. And as part of that, they are going to reuse an existing monument sign that was on the site, but make modifications to it to incorporate a message board sign. The variance is sought out because our sign code regulates message boards within monument signs to limit them only to 20% of the sign. And the applicant is looking to reuse the existing sign, but being limited to the 20% would make the sign almost unreadable. It would be about 4.8 square feet if they were to stick to the 20%. So this is what we're going to be reviewing today. And the property is located at the northwest corner of 179th and 94th Street. It is within the shopping center, Century Plaza, that was constructed around 2005. That's when the bank took this outlot. It was the then Payless Bank and Trust. And they occupied this location till about 2010, of which the First Midwest Bank took over, and then they vacated in approximately 2015, and the property has been sitting vacant ever since. The property is within a commercial shopping center, zone B3. Immediately behind the bank is the Century Plaza inline shopping center, but north of that is residential single-family homes. To the east, we have Amber Meadows, zone R5. It's a townhome development. To the south, across the street, is the ORI district, Marine Valley Community Colleges. And then the southeast corner, we have zoning of B4. So the property is situated at a busy intersection that is signalized, and the sign would provide them the most visibility to promote their activities at the location. Here I provided you an aerial that in the circle you'll see where that location of that sign exists today, and that's what they'll be utilizing. Here is the proposed sign. It is within a brick-based monument sign that complements the architecture of the existing bank. It's approximately 27 square feet in size now, and with the new retrofit of the message board, it'll be actually 24 square feet, but occupying 100% of the monument sign. So that is why the bank is here today. They are very concerned that the property has had two failed banks in the past, and they feel that proper signage will help
That's mine.
improve their visibility from the intersection, and hence why they're looking for this variation. With the immediate intersection, there are no other electronic message signs. However, it should be noted that
If you
there
could
is a
get the
townhome
basketball
across
game
the
on me,
street, which
thank
I've
you.
provided you some information and visuals on that as well. It is approximately 161 feet from the proposed sign. There is vegetation within the bank as well as vegetation around the intersection buffering the townhome. But the townhome that is immediately across the street, it looks like it has a side entry front door that would be across the street from the proposed sign. With all variances, we go through our standards, and I have those within the report. But we can go through the standards after the applicant has also provided some additional input on their request.
Set? Gentlemen, we'd like to hear what you have to say about this.
Thank you. Good evening. We feel that the site does present a few challenges. As mentioned, there was two banks that failed at that location, and it has been vacant for over 3 years, I think since 2014. One of the other challenges is that the front of the building doesn't face 179th Street. So if you're driving down 179th Street, it doesn't really present itself as a bank. So we believe that the signage would help identify it as a bank. In addition, we would promote community events on that as well, since we are positioning ourselves as a community bank. The other challenge that we have is it's not on a major thoroughfare. It's not on 171st. It's not on Harlem Avenue. It's not on LaGrange Road. So we want to be successful at the bank. We think that this motion board sign will draw a little bit more attention to the bank, and also help promote the bank and help ensure that we're successful. Thank you.
Okay.
I didn't catch your name.
Mike Liskevich.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Board members, do you guys have any questions or comments to start with here? I have one. In retrospect or in respect for the people in the townhouse directly to the east of you, this sign's gonna be neon, not neon, it's gonna be LED, is that correct?
Correct.
So it's gonna be pretty bright. You want that so that you can be seen. Is there gonna be any kind of limitation on the hours that sign is at full brightness? Because I know I wouldn't wanna sit in my living room watching the basketball game.
The sign does, the manufacturer does have dimmable capabilities on the sign, and it does dim significantly at night, and it can be limited at nighttime hours as far as the brightness goes.
Okay.
And that's also articulated in our sign code, that is a requirement that they dim during the evening
Okay,
hours.
real good. That was my, when I drove by, that was my only concern about the whole thing.
Maybe impractical due to cost, but was there any consideration of angling the sign 45 degrees so you would catch traffic on 179th, traffic on 94th, and then prevent the problem with the townhome lighting?
Yeah, what we were trying to do is just utilize the existing monument sign, which was already there, without
Too much cost, yeah.
without creating too much work.
I have to commend you for putting, there's something in the ordinances, signs are to be used for public announcements, and you put the drive safe. That was very clever. But it should be drive safely, so.
Like I said, we are.
It's an adverb.
Well, they're moving so fast, I can't read the other two. All right, so now, sir, did you want to say anything else?
No, Mike's doing a good job. I just, if I could add that the building is, it's almost nondescript. It's a very nice building, but people that are in the area that drive by it, even to this day, don't realize it is a bank or it was a bank. It could be a medical building, it could be a CPA's office, and that's with the monument sign that has been there. So that's why we wanted to put the new sign on there so people would be more aware that that is a bank. And no, that's our.
What about the name of the bank on the building?
We are going to put the name of the bank. There was a small section of where the First Midwest had their sign, and we're going to duplicate that. We put new LED lights on there as well.
It's just not as prominent as this would be.
Yeah.
It's very good, and you need to understand too that that area is building up. So the population density is gonna help you because the street's getting busier, so you shouldn't see increased traffic. I think your sign would help. Having said that, let me consult my list here.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question.
Go right ahead, that's what I was gonna ask about.
We're not gonna have big neon flashing things, right?
No.
Those are so distracting in
No.
corners. and
No American flags,
No
no.
flags flying. We have other signs at our other locations, and no complaints about them. They're not too bright, they're not too obnoxious. It's.
Bank temperament.
Pardon me?
It'll be bank temperament.
Yes.
And all
We're not a
message
bar
board
or in
signs
Vegas.
Yeah,
are
right.
regulated with timing, so we do
Right.
not have that flashing.
I think a good example is the Vote Mansion.
Yeah.
It's a neon sign, but it's
Like
very,
Kimberly was alluding to, there is requirements in our code. It has to be static for a certain amount of time. It has to,
Okay.
it has to be dimmed.
At
So
night.
I learned a lot when we were working on that. There are nits
Mhm.
that it has to abide by, no flashing, no moving, spinning wheels, so all that stuff is regulated.
No Times Square.
Right.
You know what?
You ever seen Times Square? The neon down there,
Oh,
the
okay.
LED? It's
Right.
horrendous.
True.
It's terrible.
CNB stands for
Carlinville National Bank.
Carlinville?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now, are there any other further discussion or comments or anything like that from the board, from the staff, from anybody? All right, then we would entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
second.
Okay. On down, perfect. Okay, we have all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, all opposed, same sign. Okay, so now I would like someone to, if they desire to make a motion about this,
Chairman,
hearing.
I think you want her to make findings first.
Oh, I thought we did. Okay.
We
No.
close the public hearing, and we'll just go into the findings.
Okay, we close the public hearing, let's go into findings.
So there's a series of questions that we look through when we are looking to approve such variations. The one is the property in question cannot yield a reasonable return if permitted to be used only under the conditions allowed by the regulations in the district in which it's located. Again, the property has been vacant for approximately 3 years, and under the zoning district, the applicant could have up to 2 freestanding signs at 70 square feet per sign. The existing free sign will make it difficult for the message board to be legible and limited to the 20% of the sign, which would be 4.8 square feet. And again, they're looking to reuse an existing monument sign that complements the architecture of the building. The plight of the owner is due to unique circumstances, and the unique circumstances, the case is that the sign is existing and the property is not utilizing the full amount of signage that it was, could be permitted to. And the applicant is preferring to use his existing sign versus constructing an entirely new sign. The variation in granting will not alter the essential character of the locality. The property is within a commercial area at a signalized intersection. Commercial uses occupy 3 of the 4 corners, and there is a residential property across the street that is about 161 feet from the proposed sign. Staff has not received any comments from the notified properties voicing any concerns of the proposed sign. Additionally, the ZBA may also make its own determination whether there are practical difficulties or practical hardships. Take into consideration the extent to which the facts favorable to the petition have been established by the evidence. There are these other additional items that you can go through, also include in your findings of fact.
Okay. Questions or comments on the findings of fact? Oh, okay. Okay, who would like to, or would someone like to go ahead and make this motion?
I'd like to make a motion to recommend that the village board grant a variation to the petitioner, CNB Bank. The following variation consistent with the list of submitted plans as attached herein, and adopt findings of fact submitted by the applicant and findings of fact proposed by village staff, and as may be amended by the zoning board of appeals at this meeting. A 19.2 square foot variation from section 9J4, sign regulations for electronic message centers, dynamic variable electronic message of the zoning ordinance, where the maximum allowable sign face for an electronic message is 20% of the total sign face area of the freestanding sign, or 4.8 square feet for the proposed sign. The variation will allow the petitioner to reuse the existing freestanding sign and construct a new 24 square foot electronic message sign, which will occupy 100% of the total sign area.
Did anyone have any conditions that they wish to add to the motion? Okay, then if there's nothing else, we'll call the question.
Second. Who's
Second.
second?
Okay.
Okay. Gaskell,
Yes.
Bettenhausen,
Yes.
Fritz,
Yes.
Kaschek,
Yes.
Sepasi.
Yes. Okay. Seems that the motion is carried unanimously, so you guys are going to have your sign. Hopefully when you open April 9th, you won't be able to see it open.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I think you said you wanted to be open April 9th?
Yes, we'll be open April 9th.
Okay. Where?
No, that's not.
It's the April 17th is the what we have on the schedule.
Okay. April 17th.
Sorry, I couldn't find it.
But they want to open on the 9th.
We can have a temporary sign,
Okay.
but get a permit for it.
Yeah. Will this situation waive the first reading?
Yes, with
Is that it?
unanimous
Okay.
approval.
Okay. Because there's unanimous approval, they'll waive the first reading when it gets to the village board, so your approval before the sign will come faster that way.
Okay, so what is the next steps that goes in front of the?
Village board.
The village board.
Or April 9th.
Yeah, that's on a Tuesday night,
17th.
April 17th.
So this is a
Recommendation to the village board, so you will need to be there on the 7th.
Okay, great.
Yeah, you'll probably have to present.
Well,
Maybe not.
We'll
He
be
might have a
prepared. We don't have to. Thanks again.
You're more than welcome.
I'll see you
Good luck to you.
Yes. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, well, let's move on to see, is there anything that we have to discuss for the good of the order?
Yes, we do have some items. One is Michael Fitzgerald, as of today, did indicate he'll be stepping down from his appointment with this board. So the mayor will then have to make a new appointment. He's unable to meet the demands of the meeting, and so he's chosen to step down at this point. Unfortunately, I have not gotten to meet him yet, so I hear he was a nice guy, so.
Decent guy.
Next is this board, our April 12th meeting will be canceled. We do not have any items for that meeting. So we will not have a meeting on April 12th. And we will have a fence variation at the April 26th zoning board meeting. Next, we have interviewed for a senior planner, and we did select a candidate, so we're waiting to hear back if they'll be accepting the offer or not, and if so, then hopefully we'll be seeing another person in our department shortly.
yay.
We're excited for that.
You guys all going on vacation when that time happens, huh?
I'm going to.
Yeah.
Except you, Kimberly, you gotta stay.
No, she can't go.
Nope, gotta pay my dues. So we'll have that, and then next we have the Oak Park Playbook. See if I'm saying that right. That is going to the Economic Development and Marketing Committee. And this will include design guidelines for architecture as well as sign design guidelines, because part of that playbook, we have multiple grant programs that we're looking to have approved to help stir some redevelopment in the area, but we also want to guide some of the incentive programs through some design criteria. So we'll be having that reviewed with the Economic Development and Marketing Committee. And I believe that is all of the news for the good of the order.
I would have a question for you. You guys may be able to answer this, you may not, you may tell me to get lost. On Oak Park Avenue, about 176, there was a little fast food place that has been torn down. Is there a plan for that?
The old chicks. No plan now.
What's the old chicks?
It's really been a hindrance to development in its state that it was in, so we're really hopeful. They've had-
Eyesore place it was.
Yeah. They have had various proposals. One of the problems we're having with the Legacy District is the enforcement of the heritage site definition. And just like with any ordinance, when you pass an ordinance, you have to kind of try it out and see how it works. And that, I believe that is in the neighborhood general district. I could be wrong, but I think it's in the NG, neighborhood general, which says that once you make greater than 50% improvements to the property, of the market value of the property, it then goes into a different category in terms of what the future uses are for that site. And I believe that district, they're looking for all residential improvements or residential uses. So when they were coming in with, other fast food proposals on that older building, it would take a lot of money to get that building up to code. And so then they were not able to do commercial uses. So we've been kind of looking at it, and we'll probably be making some proposals for text amendments that might look at opportunities to do more mixed uses in those areas. But it's, there was a lot of work that went into that district, and I don't want to just willy-nilly make changes without having it thought through. So we're doing whatever we can to your point, to encourage development in the Legacy District.
Yeah, that building was sad from the time that Chick left. So I'm surprised they were all operating. I saw the concrete floors and all that stuff. I was in the building afterwards.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was a sad building.
Yeah. So we've done quite a few demos. We're working on the Citgo gas station right now. Got a court order for that demolition. So that should be coming, it's not imminently coming down, but we are working.
Is that the one on 169th? In Oak Park? Is
Yeah.
that the one?
They're assigned
Clark.
There was a
Clark.
fence around it, and the
Clark
fence
here.
was removed.
No,
Why
Clark.
was that?
Years ago.
It's just the ownership of the property. It's bank owned, and it's, in receivership, I believe, at this point, so.
Okay, how about you guys? You got anything for good of the order? No. I asked the public, but our public has left. So if there's nothing else, I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
Make a motion.
Yes, also moved.
Second.
Second by Don. All in favor of adjourning this evening's meeting?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right. We'll see you guys in 4 weeks.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Don?
How are you
Maybe
feeling?
she ended the game.
Yeah.
They're up by 4 points now.